Good morning.
Good morning.
Fall has started.
Yes.
School has started.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to give you a little update about how schooling and where schooling is happening in our homes.
Yeah. So in past videos, you've probably heard us say things about homeschooling, public schooling, private schooling, and between the two of us, we've done it all.
Yes.
Yeah. We started off public schooling, then we moved to homeschool, then we moved to private school, then it was public school, then it was anti-everything. And yeah, we've really come a long way in our mindsets with everything.
I was surprised. I mean, I'm glad to think that I could grow and learn with my kids. I was surprised to find that certain things, I thought I could do everything across the board for all the children.
Yep.
You know, that it would just remain the same. This will work for everyone. Whatever path I chose, whether it was homeschooling or when they were going to private school, or I'm like, we'll do this with everybody. And then suddenly you're like, it doesn't work that great with this one as much as it worked with this one. So that was an interesting learning curve.
Yeah, for us too. I was a teacher. So I was like, oh, homeschooling, got it, not a problem. And it was fine for a long time. And then all of a sudden there was like roadblocks or, things that would just happen. And I'm like, no, I have to do this. I have to be able to do this. And then we private schooled for a little bit for a couple of them. And I'm like, okay, that's working for them. I'm still going to truck through with the ones that are home. And I think I was very delusional in my thoughts as what was happening and what I was or was not accomplishing.
Right.
And I finally just got to that breaking point where it was like, no, you want to know what? They deserve something more. I need something less. And public school was put on the table. And I'm so very thankful.
Yeah. And I think that's a good point that we've really both come to almost at the same time, where options that we said completely were off the table before have now become something that we're considering and using the resources of. And all of that to say out there to you moms and you dads who are struggling with school, I understand that we're coming from a place where we have options. Right. So we have the option to stay home and homeschool. We have the option of a private school and we have the option of a public school. So I understand that not everyone has that. So first of all, we get that.
Yeah.
But we've also come to find out and learn that sometimes what works best for mom or for dad or for a marriage is also an okay option. I think for a long time we were like, we always have to choose what's best for one child. And not that you shouldn't choose what's best for your children, but that preference for the parents and for the marriage and for the home can also play a role in making decisions.
Yep.
And I don't think that was always presented to us as something that we should be concerned about.
Right.
And definitely with the addition of my last two, how I feel and how much I can actually do, though important before, has become even more so important in the decision making. And you guys can give yourselves grace with that. And we're here to tell you, give yourself permission to take what matters into your personal heart. That can be an influence on decision making, not just what you decided 15 years ago was perfect for your child.
Yeah.
Okay. So I hope I said that clearly.
Yeah. No, I definitely know that I was at a point where I was mentally and physically worn out, and it was a very hard conversation with my husband about finally making the decision to just public school everybody.
Right.
And I know I said before, I still have an infant at home, and we did graduate out our oldest from home. But once we made that decision that public school for the rest of the kids is where we're going and what's happening, I had such a weight lifted off of me that I was able to make decisions daily with more of a clear mind. Like I just had
Right.
there was so much tension built up, and I didn't even know that it was happening until
Right.
that decision was made. And then it was like, wow, kind of like clouds cleared and cobwebs went away, and my brain was just so much more free to make other decisions in our
Yes.
daily lives, because that schooling decision was so heavy on me.
Right.
And so far so good. I mean, it's been great. It's really been a blessing that decision was made.
Good. Yeah. And hopefully, I mean, I'm sending another couple of my kids to public school next year, and we'll see how it goes. It's never, I've given myself permission to say that it never has to be a permanent decision.
Right.
But for now, this is where we're going, and it's okay. It's okay.
Have a jerkful day.